let's turn to the Big Ten. We go to East Lansing. Michigan State beats Penn State 90-85. The Spartans have won 10 in a row, John Henson. It's their longest winning streak since 2018. And get this, Tom Izzo now has 349 Big Ten wins. He is 4 shy of Bob Knight's all-time Big Ten wins record. Sparty put up 90. That to me, Henson, is what's interesting here. They look like Izzo's vintage teams with their ability to get up the floor. The Spartans now 15-2 on the year. I mean, 15-2. What do you make of Michigan State?
Shout out to my Tar Heels getting them boys jump started. You know what I'm saying? That was the first win of their victory. So we're gonna take a little credit for that. But they're looking like they're clicking on all cylinders. They look like everyone has defined roles. They're pushing the ball. They're scoring. They're defending. I love the bigs they have, how they play off each other. We're going to see the 19th? Yeah, we're going to see the 19th. They play Illinois. If this team is legit, right? We're going to see if all the games they've won, it's going to come to this kind of moment of can they put it together and beat a big-time team? And I think they'll be up for the task to beat this Illinois team. But yeah, they're sitting, they're starting to separate themselves from the standings in the Big Ten. And tonight they looked really good. The last few games, they looked really good. Even in Northwestern, I mean, they put it on in the first half. I mean, they looked amazing. So I'm excited to see what they do against a team that's going to come for blood, that's won a few games by, 30-plus the last couple of games. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
I think this Penn State team is good, and this is how good the Big Ten is. They've dropped four straight. I mean, it's like you blink, and 2 weeks ago you're looking at Penn State and you're thinking, are they in the top tier of the Big Ten? And now you're like, I don't know, but no, I think they're good. And to go out there and have 20 assists and score 85 points, if you're Mike Rhodes, you're scratching your head a little bit because, obviously his teams have always been able to defend. And whether he was at VCU or Rice, that's what they hung their hat on. But Michigan State, 24 assists. I think sometimes last year, maybe the last couple of years, when you have a player like Tyson Walker where the ball is in his hands so much, and Tom Izzo is an offensive-minded coach. I know the toughness and the rebounding and everything, but if you ever scouted against Tom Izzo, his side out-of-bounds plays, his underneath out-of-bounds plays, he ran a million different actions. Like, you had to prepare, and you had to prepare at a high level. But when the ball was in Tyson Walker's hands so much, the floor would stop moving. That's not the case now. Now the ball is – and that's not a knock on Tyson Walker by any means, but the ball is moving. They had 24 assists. 24 assists in the game tonight. So I think offensively there's a little bit more of a flow to this team than maybe the last couple of years. But Izzo's still over there. He's still watching film more than any coach in the entire country. He's still breaking it down. He's still preparing. He's doing it, and he's doing it at a high level.
Mark me down right now, and you can old takes expose me all you want. Go ahead, Trevor. I guarantee you, Michigan State will make the 16th Sweet 16 of Tom Izzo's career this year. He's in year 30. Whoever's in that first and second round in that pod, mark it down, hit the button.
You got the sweater on. You got the sweater on. You got the Sparty sweater on.
I got my green sweater on tonight. I love the way that this team plays. And Tom went to the portal. He brought in Frankie Fiddler, John. Fiddler helped them a lot tonight. He had 18.7 rebounds, a couple of big putbacks against the zone. Are they a great shooting team? No. But Jaden Akins has embraced the role of alpha. Trey Holloman generates tempo. They run the floor really well, John, and they're in the mix for the Big Ten title. People did not think that was the case. They weren't a preseason top 25 team, Henson, but you can never, in a world where a lot of the older coaches are hanging it up, Tom Izzo, he ages like a fine wine, and I do not want to see him in the NCAA tournament. And this team can win the Big Ten. Nobody had that. And they don't have some elite big, Henson. They just win. They take the manhood from you.
They're a team. And that's that's the thing you're seeing now. Maybe teams that aren't as talented are playing better than the teams that are making all this money and have all these guys that they put together. They're a team. You said it, Fana, that they have defined roles. They know what they are. They know what they do. They know what they're capable of, and that makes a really good team. And like I said, Penn State's not a bad team at all. They just kind of come up against some tough competition, and that's just how it goes when you're in a tough conference.
All right, let's go to Henson's alma mater.
Just to close this point really quick. There always seemed to be this disconnect between Izzo and AJ Hoggard. When you watch last year and you'd watch him interact on the bench and everything, there was like just something was missing. And AJ moved on, and look, it takes one guy not in alignment that can mess the whole thing up in college basketball. Football, maybe it's different because there's 105 players on a team. And this is not a knock on AJ by any means, but if everybody's not in a line, you cannot go out there and win the whole thing. You can't do it. And when you look at this team this year, different from maybe a little bit last year, there's just more cohesiveness. And there just seems something off with Coach Izzo. And you could see it in Hoggard when they would interact on the sidelines.